Oh, it's cold. Look, my neighbors are fine. What? Jeez. Tuesday, huh? My neighbors finally came to visit their off-grid home. They live in Roseburg. It's been quite a few months since I've seen them. They only come and stay for a few days every 4 to 5 months. Usually not this time of year. I keep an eye on their place when they're not here. There's Norma. Well, my car broke down. I don't do a lot of driving unless I go, during the daytime to go get supplies, which I don't use the headlights and stuff, so I didn't know that my alternator was going bad. I have over 350,000 miles on that SRV. So, something finally broke on it. And it was the alternator. I made it to the 17-mile marker, so I was 17 miles from La Pine. I had to wait to have somebody come get me. And then Ted, he went with me he brought a flatbed and this battery box thingy to find out, why my car quit working. And it was the alternator, so I got an alternator on Friday. I have no idea what date today is. It's like Saturday or Sunday. And no way, I think today's Saturday. We went to go put it in, but you have to have a special wrench, which is $53. So we had to order that, and that will be here Tuesday. So I'm stuck till Tuesday. And then we'll be able to get it back in, and I can take it out on a test drive and make sure it's all up to par. But I didn't know the alternator was going out because I don't drive usually at nighttime, especially in the winter. So I didn't, have any indication that things were a little off. I did, when I look back in April, I think, or March of last year, when I went to the coast, when I was cruising around Reedsport, my battery light had come on, and I was really paranoid about it. And I went into the Napa in Reedsport to ask them about it, but those gentlemen that worked in there were not car savvy. They're just computer savvy, where you have to tell them the part. They don't know any information, and that was my mistake, because I should have went all the way back to Bandon and gone into that Napa, because them boys, they know cars. I don't care what kind of car you got. If you go in there, you tell them what's up, they'll tell you what's up, like within a matter of minutes. And I wish every Napa had the boys that they've got in Bandon. Those are pristine. They know what they're talking about. They have the best customer service ever. And I just, then anyway, when I got back in my car in Reedsport and I finished driving it back to Coos Bay, heading towards Bandon, the battery light went off, and I didn't have any issues for all these months. But this last couple weeks, I've been driving all over the place. And I haven't been able to make videos because it's just been a family emergency. So I wasn't alone when I was driving around and stuff. And it was all kinds of stuff that we were doing, and it just wasn't the appropriate time for me to make videos. I was able to make a few short clips, and I will start uploading those, but I wasn't able to really do much more. I cannot believe that the gas is still $3.99. I'm so disappointed in Fast Break. Very disappointed. Because I saw gas as low as $3.40, $3.45, $3.55. And it's just disappointing that we live in such a rural area. And he owns several gas stations. For him to jack the price up like that just doesn't seem right. All right, so I'm gonna go inside. Be back in a second. Oh, I'm getting good at that pause button. Oh my goodness. Ooh, look at this old Ford. Is it an old Ford? I love old trucks. I think that's cool. Yeah, it's an old Ford. I actually like old Chevys better. But old Fords are cool. You know, like anything from the 80s and back. I like that stuff. That's my I don't care about the paint jobs. That doesn't impress me. I just like old trucks, and I like that when men know how to fix those old 80s trucks. I think that is really cool. It's kind of nasty today. At least it's not snowing though. Oh, look, it looks like a bunch of those branches broke off. A lot of them are broken right there. I'm so glad that I can look back at my old videos and see. You know, sorry about the wind. It's a bit nippy. It's got a little bit, this spot always has a tiny bit of snow when it snows because the sun doesn't hit right there. Not that the sun's out today, but you know, usually, oh, it's just nice being outside. I've been kind of laying down the last couple days because my legs hurt. So I was thinking I would do like a little story time and throw some of my sisters under the bus. I'm just gonna shove them real good underneath that bus. So back in the early 90s, I had gotten a new Toyota Camry. It was when they first came out. It was like a gold, kind of brownish colored one. Tan or whatever you want to call it. And they had this really nice stroller. It was burgundy, corduroy, like a velvet type of thing. It was a double stroller because I had 2 kids. I got in this new Camry. And I'd moved to Reno, and my sister-in-law actually, but she's my sister, she came to visit from Georgia. She was living in Georgia now she lives in Florida, but back in the day she lived in Georgia. She came to hang out with me, and we took the Camry down one night. It was just the 2 of us, and the twins, that's my ex-husband and his twin brother, were watching the kids. And we just wanted to go down and cruise the strip. And because that's what everybody did back then. You went down and you drove like 30 miles an hour down the strip in Reno. It was in the summertime. It was really nice out. We had the windows down, music playing, and we had gotten all dolled up. I mean, to the nines. All dolled up, went to go drive the strip, and then come back and hang out with the boys. And so we were only gone maybe 20, 30 minutes at the most, because I lived right on the edge of Reno, which is McCarran Boulevard, which makes a gigantic circle around Reno for any of you who've never been to Reno. So I lived on one side of it, and we drove all the way around McCarran, clear down to Circus, and then we would drive up the strip you know, past Circus Circus, Silver Legacy, El Dorado, you know, Calaneva, Fitzgerald, Harrah's. The old Mapes was actually still there at that time. It was before they imploded it. Anyway, oh, those dogs are mad. Yikes. Anyway, so we were cruising down the strip and we just thought we was just all that and a basket of chicken nuggets. And people were waving at us and honking, and we were waving back, and we were all giggly and kept encouraging each other, kept telling each other how pretty we looked, and we were getting all this attention. And I was a married woman, so I didn't really get that much attention, you know, because I was pretty much focused on, you know, being married. And it was the boys' suggestion that we go and cruise the strip, you know, so that we're not real big shoppers. So we just thought we would do that. Plus I wanted to show her downtown Reno and all that kind of stuff. And we get back to our apartment. Now our apartment was a gated community. So you had to pull up, and then the security guard kind of let you in if he was there. And then if he wasn't, then you had this little key card that got you in. Anyway, so we pull up into the little drive. Oh, somebody lost a beaded. And we pulled up. Sorry, my ADHD. We pulled up and the security guard comes running out, screaming something. We couldn't hear him because we had the music going and all that stuff. And then we noticed he had a fire extinguisher. And turn the music down, and he's screaming, "Your car's on fire! Your car's on fire!" And we were like, what? And I turn around to look in my review. I don't know how I didn't see it. The whole back seat was full of smoke. I don't know how we didn't smell it or we didn't see it. Just two dumb girls, just being dumb. And we bounce out of the car, leaving it running. And he goes over there and he's like trying to put it out. And I ended up having to go back and pop the trunk. And that's how it was. The fire was inside the trunk. And oh no, somebody broke. I'll have to come back out and pick that up. I can't leave that. And so we get out of the car, or we pop the trunk, and he puts it all out. And then, you know, the insurance company, they towed it off. A couple of days, you know, or whatever time later, the insurance company calls, and it was a malfunction with the back brake, or not brake lines, the back blinker, you know, the lights in the back. I guess it had caught the carpet in the trunk on fire, and it was a company mess up or whatever. It was a recall. So I didn't have to pay for the car. Toyota paid the car off. I did insist that they replace my stroller because my stroller at that time was $165, and I had made such a big stink of getting that stroller, and I needed that stroller really super bad because I had two kids that were almost the same size, and it was just easier for me to be able to, you know, take my kids places with that stroller. So I made a big stink about the stroller, but they paid off the car, and I didn't get a new car because I remember they didn't give us very much money because I didn't have the car for like maybe 6 months. And we ended up having to buy what I refer to as the clown car, which was a Subaru Justy. It was this weird orangish red color with a yellow pinstripe. It was a hatchback. And let me tell you what though, as much as I complained about that embarrassing car, that car was the biggest champ. That car was such a good car. You could drive to Alaska on 14 cents. I mean, it was crazy. We never ran out of gas, never had any problems. Had that car forever. So anyway, Susan and I, we often laugh about that incident. And what's funny is neither one of us has ever went and cruised the strips again. How embarrassing. All that time, those people were not hollering and whistling at us. They were trying to warn us, and we were so oblivious, so into our own vanity that we didn't know that we were in danger. So my advice is always pay attention. All right, guys, that's it for today. Talk to you later.